Everybody needs to have the best in glass. Where do you get the best in glass? Hey, we've got the best in glass here in the building. Stay tuned for this off the top of my head, best in glass. Here we are. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Your Little Castle Show. Carter Rethwish, aka the Cardinal Cowboy. I get to meet the most fantabulous people, business owners from around the St. Louis metro area, and we're always trying to have a cool catchphrase intro there. So with that, welcome to the studio. Metropolitan Glass Company, the owner here is a wonderful expert in the business, Rob Hoagland. He's the second generation owner
Yes, sir.
of Metropolitan Glass Company. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you for having me.
Well, Rob, you and I got to talk a little bit. You reside out in the area where the Cardinal Cowboy grew up. We won't mention where that is, but it's not hard to figure out. It's a pretty good sized town here in St. Louis. And you've been involved with the company now for 45 years. Is that right? That's a long time. You
Pretty much my whole life.
started young, right? Tell me about it. Why did you get into this?
I like the work. I enjoy the job and going out and fixing things and making people happy. My dad pulled me into the company just to give me something to do, keep me out of trouble.
Right?
And I just enjoy it, and it's a good time.
Yeah, well, it's something that's very important that people need. With that, give a shout out Carroll House Furniture, because you like nice things in your little castle. You guys have been around almost as long as Carroll House Furniture's been around too. Second generation.
I think we're older.
Are you been longer? Okay.
1960.
60. Okay.
Yeah.
And
my father started it with a partner, and it's been going ever since.
Well, with that, like I said, shout out to Carroll House Furniture, because you like nice things in your little castle that might have some awesome glass from Metropolitan Glass Company. So with that, I have to put up on the wall, and I say, hey, in your little castle, there it is on the wall. Put that back out for everybody to see. And then we go back out to and show off your website and your social media. We've got those both up on the walls for us now. Well, tell me then a little bit about this. You said you got started as a youth, right? You were sweeping floors when you were 13 or so, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Tell me where it went from there.
Just cleaning up the shop and organizing things, straightening things up, and cleaning the mirrors in the showroom, and just watching my dad's first employee cut glass and learn from him.
So the glass cutting, was that something that was intriguing to you? Because here's this
It's
beautiful clear piece
it's definitely a skill. It takes a little experience to do it right, and the knowledge helps a lot, but experience really goes a long way.
Yes, well, we obviously with 45 plus years of experience, you've been doing this for so long. Is there anything about glass that you don't know? I guess every day you get to learn, but you've been through a lot.
I do learn new stuff. It seems like every day, but I think I know everything until I run into something I've never seen before, and it's kind of a standing joke that happens.
There'll be times when something new, I guess every industry has. What are some of the revelations? We could get into that, but I mean, now they mix glass with plastic a lot. Windshields are that way.
Right.
Is home glass very often that way? Is home glass always your standard?
You can get the laminated glass, it's called, like a windshield glass. It makes it better sound control.
Okay.
So if you're living next to a highway, you can make it quieter by changing the glass to laminated glass. And they'll make thermal pane insulated units with laminated glass to fill in the space of your window.
Okay. And this ends up making it a lot more durable. Is it strong? Something stronger? It's going to last a little longer.
Yeah, it's considered hurricane glass is built the same way. It stays together when it gets cracked, where regular plate glass falls in big guillotine-sized pieces. The laminated stays together like your windshield if it gets cracked.
Okay, so it's a little safer too, because and that laminate is actually covering it. It's not mixed in with it, but it's covering it.
It's a layer in between two pieces of glass, so it stays crystal clear glass. It won't scratch. If it was on the outside, it would scratch like plastic, plexiglass. You just breathe on plexiglass and it scratches. It's not a good choice for a window.
Yeah, so some people try to cut corners. We'll talk about that and get that plexiglass stuff, and it can be more of a temporary fix or something easier.
Right.
But real glass obviously looks a lot better. But combined, the company's been around since the early 60s.
1960.
1960, it's the first year. And then with your time starting there 45 years ago, tell me a little bit about your team. They're the ones that kind of noticed our show and said, hey, we recommend an expert here in the area. Tell me about the team you've got and how long some of the people you've got been working with you.
Well, the girls in the office are fairly new, and I think it's a refresh that we needed, and they're really going really well. I mean, they're proactive and just ready to get it done.
Get it done. Well, that's how, you want a proactive team like that and somebody that can be a little bit motivated. The technology changes all the time with regard to how you market yourself, but then has glass kind of stayed the same over the centuries? Tell me some of the innovations that have happened that make it a little different stuff that you've had to keep up with.
Well, one of the big changes is power tools, just for doing the work. We used to do a lot of the stuff by hand, and it was a lot more labor intensive. But having the machinery that does it more efficiently, it's a game changer.
Yeah, machinery these days. You've seen some of the machines they use to build buildings, and they're pretty robust and huge. You don't need them as large, but you're saying, what's the biggest piece of glass somebody might put into a building, or where would they put that?
We get sheets, big sheets of glass, like 1/4-inch glass we use for furniture tops and windows and whatnot. The 1/4-inch thick is kind of standard furniture top glass. We get 5-foot by 10-foot sheets.
Okay.
Or 130 inches long by 5 foot. That's our sheet size.
Wow. What's the thickest glass that anybody will put anywhere? Do you have the bulletproof glass, or what is the thickest you see?
We can order the bulletproof, but it's manufactured, so we don't really put the glass together. It's like a real thick windshield is bulletproof glass. So they have multiple layers of glass with the plastic in between, and they put really sturdy polycarbonate, like it's called Lexan.
Here we go. Lexan polycarbonate. Okay, this is somebody who's been in the industry.
Talking technical stuff.
That's good. No.
The name brand Lexan it's like Kleenex. It's facial tissues, but Lexan is a brand name of polycarbonate, just like acrylic is a brand name for, or plexiglass is a brand name for acrylic.
Interesting. Okay.
So
these are all the different components that go in, and then they construct a bulletproof glass is just a series of laminate layers.
Right.
What was the kind of Lennox?
Lexan.
Lexan. Okay, there we go. And
Lexan. Polycarbonate. Yeah.
See, I'm going to double my knowledge here, everybody. But there's a lot to learn with those. So that's what they use to keep people safe. The president and his cars. How thick is the normal thick bulletproof glass?
I think the thinnest is a 1 inch.
Okay.
As far as bulletproof, I think they make it even thicker than that to make it like high caliber bulletproof.
Yeah. And so that's the different levels of penetration you get there from a bullet, depending on, but an inch thick, that's pretty thick. That's harder to roll up in the car, but
I don't know if they operate those up and down. I think they're stationary.
They're stationary. They lock those things in because that's going to be a little more durable. Interesting stuff. You can learn a lot about if you get the experts in the building, everybody. That's pretty neat stuff. What is it about this ultimately that fuels your passion? What do you love most about what you do to provide glass for businesses, homeowners? Where do you sell most of your glass?
Well, we've been doing a lot of is shower glass, like heavy shower glass. I call it the jewelry. So the bathroom's fully dressed and we come in and put the jewelry on it.
Okay.
So we do the mirrors and the shower glass. And they love it. I mean, it's beautiful stuff.
Yeah, I was just say you're getting to pretty up the place. They've got all the hardware and the faucets and the sinks and the countertops and the floors, but you get to come in and say, hey, let me make this look beautiful now.
Yeah.
And we've got a lot of great examples too, with some beautiful glass. What's the normal thickness of a shower glass?
The heavy frameless glass is 3/8. Some people like the thicker 1/2 inch, but I think it's a little overkill. It's more for bragging rights, having the thicker 1/2 inch glass, but some people do it.
Yeah, some of those doors seem so heavy. Is that part of the problem, or is that some benefit? People like to have a heavy door for the shower?
It's like the doors in your house. You have the hollow core doors and a solid door.
Okay.
People like the solid doors, which is like the heavy glass, frameless glass. compared to a hollow core wood door that it's a door, but
Okay. Nobody's putting bulletproof glass in their showers, I guess. I guess it has been maybe.
Not yet. Not that I know of.
But yeah, it's thick enough. When you're saying an inch thick, that's still pretty thick. And that's
The bulletproof?
Yeah, well, that's thick. What's the thickest door somebody puts on a shower?
3/8, which is about the size of your pinky finger,
Okay.
or my pinky. I don't know.
Yeah, the average pinky, I would guess that's about 3/8 of an inch.
Yeah, you might have a 1/2 inch.
Okay, because we're comparing the size of our pinkies here, everybody. But when you get to a 3/8 of an inch, you're not quite a half.
Right.
Right. Everybody knows an inch, about that much. Thick. That would be really thick. Have an inch of glass.
Yeah.
But it's 3/8 to and some people do a 1/2 inch. You're saying sometimes.
Right. A 1/2 inch is the heaviest frameless door. I don't think they can temper anything thicker than 1/2 inch, which all your shower glass has to be tempered, which is up to code. International Building Code says anything in a shower needs to be tempered.
Well, what does that mean to be tempered exactly? I mean,
It's a heat treating process where they take the regular piece of glass that you cut and you drill holes in it and you put notches for the hinges, do all the mechanical machine work to it, finish the edges, and then they put it through the oven and heat it up to a certain temperature and cool it down at a certain rate, and it becomes tempered. It's a heat treating process.
okay, and that just makes it more stable, less brittle, or
It's 4 times stronger than plate glass, and then if you take a hammer to it, you can smash it with a carpenter's hammer, and it's not going to break
really.
that easy. You could take an ice pick and poke at it and dig into it deep with a hammer and an ice pick, and you can get it to break.
Interesting. Like I said, we've got all kinds of knowledgeable facts here that most people may never have heard of. But this is what a lot of the mirrors you talked about. Those are all obviously glass. And do you place that reflective material on there to make the mirror?
No, we buy the mirror sheets. We buy the mirror that's already mirrored glass in cases, 48 by 120 long, cut it to size. We can get bigger sheets, but the mirror manufacturing process it's a big thing. We can't do it in our house.
Gotcha. But it is literally like the same type of glass. It's just covered with a different reflective material that goes on the back. I remember you could scrape it off and make it opaque, and you could see through it.
Yeah.
But
the multi-layers of mirrors, you have the glass, the silver, and then they put a layer of copper to make the silver more reflective, and then the paint on the backside that you can touch that makes it sealed and keeps protected of the metals that are on it.
Okay, so there's silver and copper in your mirrors, everybody. That's interesting. I didn't realize that's quite the process, but that's why you bring in experts to talk about this. Lots of great things people have been saying. You've been around for so long. This whole Google thing has come around now. That's changed the game a little bit. I'm going to throw up on the wall here a little bit about you guys. But yeah, look at that. A ton of great, almost all 5-star reviews. Only a couple people there that probably, who knows what they were thinking. But how's it make you feel to have so many people giving great response in 5-star after 5-star after 5-star review?
I'm seeing my name in there.
Yeah, your name in there a few times. They know Rob is the guy they're talking to. How does it make you feel to see the kind of response you're getting from the people who are?
I'm proud of it. I really am. I think my dad would be super impressed and happy.
Well,
he passed away back in 2000, but he lived a hard life. He was born in the early 20s, 1921, and he was a World War II vet who started the company. So
he served our country. That's nice too. See, there are a lot of great veterans. They did put together a lot of hard work back in the day, right? And
oh yeah,
it's kind of set the path for us. And here now we get to enjoy a lot of the benefits of that hard work and still plugging away here.
I'm trying to carry on the family tradition by keeping the company going.
Well, that's what we like to see. Somebody been working. You've been with the company. You've never worked anywhere else your whole life, I guess.
I've done a few things here and there. I worked for a contractor who was rehabbing back before rehabbing was a thing.
Okay.
And basically helping my brother-in-law do some work, and in between working at the glass company. And
gotcha.
I've worked on cars my whole life just as a hobby.
I seem all kind of related to glass. So
yeah.
Once it's in your blood, everybody. Well, with that, we're going to share a little bit of our fun within the community. We appreciate you guys joining in with us. Check out what we've been working on in the community here. Some guns and hoses.
featuring Kansas City versus St. Louis. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. Standing 5 feet 6 inches tall and weighing in at 160 pounds, representing Kansas City Guns and Hoses and the Platte County, Missouri Sheriff's Office. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Hannah Blacklock. And her opponent fighting tonight out of the blue corner. At 5 feet 7 inches tall, she weighed in at 159 pounds. And she represents St. Louis Guns and Hoses and the Belleville Police Department. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back Angelina Free.
You don't want to pick a fight with these girls.
His name is Carter Rethwich, but in St. Louis, he's known as the Cardinal Cowboy. He's a well-known fixture in the stands at sporting events in the Gateway City. He's one of its greatest cheerleaders, a super fan like no other. When he makes his rounds at almost every home game, he shares his love for sports with the rest of fandom with a smile, a cheer, some positive encouragement, and lots of selfies and pics. But the Cardinal Cowboy was born of a tragic incident. Rethwich was an aspiring athlete in high school and college. He dreamed of playing in the big leagues, but those dreams ended when he and 3 of his college friends were hit with a devastating crash by a 5-time drunk driver. One of his best friends died. Carter suffered a critical head injury. The trauma put him in a coma for 6 days. The doctors said he was never expected to function again. Those expectations never came true. He fought back and finished college. He was determined to prove the doctors wrong. Among other inspirations, it was his love of baseball that kept him going. And from his near-death experience, the Cardinal Cowboy emerged. His goal in life became to inspire others with positivity despite the odds, to help people believe in themselves and achieve their dreams.
So after my coma, I realized that it was up to me if I was going to accomplish my goals, if I was going to reach my dreams. Despite what the naysayers would say, the people that were discouraging me, like they do everyone, it's up to me if I'm going to make it. Don't listen to the naysayers. It's up to you. You decide whether you're going to succeed, whether you're going to reach your goals. Dream, and then always, always chase your dreams. Never give up. Giddy up. Hey, we're looking for the small business owners and leaders in our community to be on our show. This is the Your Little Castle Show. We air 3 times a week, every week on ABC, and we would like to put somebody you know, or maybe it's you, who's a business owner to be on our show. You'll sit right here in our guest chair, right here, sitting here talking to us. We're going to put on the wall your website and everything about you and highlight you as a leader. Fill out the form you see here on our website. It's bigleagues.com. And if you go to bigleagues.com, fill out this form. It takes just a couple seconds. And you can even schedule yourself right here. Schedule yourself to be on the show. And there is no charge for us to record you. There's no charge to be in the studio. Check it out if you would like to be on. Fill out the form again, bigleagues.com. This is where we can turn any interview into a series of clips. Check that out. Go to bigleagues.com. So there you have it, everybody, and lots of fun. We get to partake in our community. But with that, we get to meet lots of leaders in the community. And so we have one in the building here today with me. If you want to learn about glass, Metropolitan Glass Company, the owner, Rob Hoagland. Hoagland, that's right. Hoagland, there we go. Hoagland, Hougland. That makes sense now. Hoagland. And he knows what he's doing with regard to that. We were talking some techie stuff, and he's like, am I getting too techie? I'm like, I think it sounds good. That means you obviously know what you're talking about. Not everybody will keep up with it, but it's good to see experts like that. But give me a quick cost analysis. There's a lot of ways I guess people can go about getting glass. What are some of the ways people cut corners that ends up costing them, or what are some of the reasons why should somebody spend the money correctly to get a good quality glass?
Well, I mean, some people want to install their own glass in their windows or doors or whatever, and I always ask them, what's your deductible at the emergency room? It's probably more than the labor we would charge for that same job.
Right.
And we have the experience and knowledge to do it safely, and we don't get hurt doing it. But I don't know of too many other places where you can go to get glass like we have, especially fancy cut furniture tops, specific cut different things for different shower glasses. There's a lot to it.
Yeah, I say is the real intense part is the actual cutting of the glass. That takes some expert skills and some special tools to get that done to be safe.
Yeah, especially if it's a pattern. You can't just do a straight line to fit a curve. So,
Right.
and then doing the finishing work to it, that takes skill set too. Because if you don't do it right, you're going to break it, and then you got to start over.
Breaking glass is not the goal here. We're trying to keep from breaking glass. You're probably replacing a broken piece of glass. And why does glass typically break? Pressure, obviously, some kind of an impact.
Right.
And
yeah, kids and lawnmowers, they're always breaking stuff.
you mentioned kids with lawnmowers keep you in business, right? They're the ones that ching, some piece of rock goes flying, and then
Even a weed eater. Weed eaters, I think, break more windows than lawnmowers themselves.
really.
Yeah, they pick up a small little pebble and whip it high speed, and it hits the glass and breaks it.
Yeah, and I guess
even tempered glass, that breaks easily with a small projectile like that.
Gotcha. Yeah, I guess because you're also edging around the closer part of right in front of the
Yeah.
window, and it can hit something more
The
readily.
weeds on your patio,
Right.
I got them at my house.
They come through the try to whack those. Yep, that'll get them. Well, tell me, why should somebody choose you guys? What is it that sets you guys apart? Obviously, the fact you've been in business for so long, you know what you're doing. But what is it you think that you really bring to the table for the community?
Well, we just try to keep our prices reasonable. We're not overpricing stuff that some other zip code companies are doing.
Okay.
We're in downtown Manchester, historic Manchester, so we don't have a high cost because of our zip code.
Yeah, I mean, Manchester's kind of an easy place to get to from all over. But do you travel? I guess obviously you will go to the location to meet people at their.
Yeah.
Most times you are bringing it to the business or to the owner, I guess.
Yeah, we go probably 45 minutes to an hour is the furthest we travel to work on somebody's house or windows.
Yeah. Well, and again, back to those pieces of glass can be, especially when it's a sliding glass door. Nobody should be handling that because you let that fall, you've got a big mess on your hands.
Oh yeah, and cleanup is half the job too. When we go and fix a broken window, we clean up the mess and leave no trace, like the Boy Scouts.
There you go. Leave no trace like the Boy Scouts. It's nice to have high quality work done when you're dealing with glass, because how many people, this happened to me the other day, I just was cleaning up in my garage, I found a little piece of glass. I don't even know where it came from, but you step on something like that, it can cause all kinds of problems, cut your foot up pretty good or your hand, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And you got to have that glass cleanup is very critical for what people do. Are there any particular certifications or any kind of, I mean, obviously licensed and bonded and insured, but what are some of the things you've learned over the years that set you apart, that help you to run your business?
Well, we are part of the Machinists Union, which used to be a thing back in the day when we did auto glass. The dealerships wouldn't let you on the parking lot unless you were in the Machinists Union.
Okay.
And nowadays, any Joe with a truck can install auto glass in the union shop. It's gotten a lot different than it used to
Interesting.
be.
So when you're getting work done, you make sure you're getting somebody that's certified and knows what they do, that's got the experience you've got.
Right.
Any joke, they call it chucking a truck, can show up and put some glass in your car, and be careful what they're putting in there, because if they install it incorrectly, then they've got a little crack, then it may not show up initially, but it'll show up later.
Right. Our Manchester location doesn't do auto glass since 2000. We quit doing it, but the North location in Florissant still does.
Okay.
And that's my dad's partner's family owns the Florissant location now, They separated in the early 90s for estate planning purposes.
Gotcha.
And their family owns the Florissant location, and our family owns the Manchester location.
Nice. So any kind of glass you need for a home, you've got them covered.
Right.
And they can. And do you have a showroom, or what do people see
Yeah,
inside your
we have
store?
a showroom. It's not huge and it's not fancy, but we definitely have a lot of stuff that we can show, and a lot of different types of cabinet door glass. If you wanted some obscure glass in a cabinet door, we can even cut out your wood cabinet doors to put glass into them.
So some people might add glass later and say,
Yeah.
hey, take this cabinet and put a glass
Right.
inset window inside of that.
We used to send them down to the cabinet store down the street that makes cabinets, and they would have to cut them out and then bring them back to us for us to put glass in them, and then we figured out how to do it properly and do a good job cutting them out now and put the glass in and making people happy. That's what we do.
There we go. I guess there's a lot of creative ways to use glass, I guess, now, and you've got it adds such a beautiful. Like you talked about earlier, when you're finishing that bathroom, you get to put the jewelry on, right? You're
Right.
making it look finalized and beautiful. And people have come up with creative ways and come to you and say, hey, can you cut glass to do this? And you'll figure out how to make it happen.
Right. We do a lot of shelving for bar areas. You could put glass shelves in your cabinets after you put glass doors on there, and if you had the lighting going through the shelf, it would shine everything in the cabinet through the glass shelf.
Okay, now we're talking about getting creative. Some ideas there for you. You interior designers, we've had a number of them on our show here. But yeah, just because glass will let that, it'll bend it, reflect it, but you can see through everything and
Right,
kind of
let
see
the
that.
light shine through it. Also, glass in a pantry. You can have a glass shelf instead of those wire shelves. Then you can see what's underneath there. You can see up on that top shelf what's on that glass shelf.
Nice.
You're not on a wood shelf that you can't see through and wonder what's up there.
What is going on with this shelf? You can tell what's going because you can see through it with glass. That's pretty cool. Well, tell me, what are some of the benefits you think you bring to the table as a small business? Being a small business owner, you get to respond much more quickly and better take care of your clients. Give me some of the things you think you bring to the table by being a small business owner.
Well, we like dealing with customers and helping them out, and we're pretty responsive time-wise. We don't have to tell you 2 or 3 weeks before we show up to measure your broken window. We try to stay on top of it and get out there as soon as possible and get her done.
Get her done. There we go. Get your glass done efficiently, quickly, professionally with somebody who's got the experience. Handling glass is important and something that should be taken very seriously because you start breaking glass, especially a big sheet. You have thousands of pieces of broken glass around. That's not safe. That's not what you want.
Right. And it might take you to the stitchery.
The stitchery, right. Nobody wants to go. Don't go to the stitchery, everybody. We're not looking to get a bunch of stitches because you didn't handle your glass correctly. Well, I'm going to ask Rob. He'll stick around for another half an hour here. We've got some expertise, and I've got some more questions for him. We're going to show off a lot of his work. Check out that second half hour coming up here. If you missed it, these are all on our YouTube channel. Stay tuned for more, everybody. You're watching the Your Little Castle Show.